Welcome to Southeastern High School. Fresh soft game, JV game already underway here. I'm Dwayne Hulett, Evan Wagner on the camera. We had a little problem with I got a different computer tonight, and it gave me some fits, and then we have a hitting error. And Illini West is going to go up 1-0 here early in this one, just underway, as that was the first serve of the contest. And a point for the Suns. We're tied at 1 here early, and a couple teams at every level that we should be a lot of fun to watch tonight. Middle it goes to Riley Smith on the attack. And that is in. And a kill for the Chargers and a side out. And we are back, getting ready to serve it up here for the Chargers. An ace. And another ace for the Chargers. 4-1 early in this one, as the Chargers taking control early here at Southeastern High School. If you're having problems watching us, let us know. And a hitting error sends it out. And a point and a side out back to the Suns. Sorry about that, folks. Had a couple little problems there. Getting ready to go. 6-4. Libero for the Chargers back serving right now. That's number 99, Corn Robinson. And a hitting error is a side out for the Suns. 6-5 is the score. Back to serve for the Suns. Going to be number 25, Tegan Rigg. So we got to shut the doors here. And a service error gives it back to the Chargers. Middle, Riley Smith again on the attack. It's dug up in the middle row by number 12, Elsie Moore. There's an attack by Taylor Phelps. Dug back there, nice dig. Can't see the number for sure back there, unfortunately. There's Robinson with the dig. It's going to be outside to Phelps again. Then back the setter for the Suns, pushed across. That time it was Laney Housewright. Tipped across this time by Kennedy Artman. Phelps is going to bump it across, and it's going to be a free ball brought across. Van Beck's there. Tagging Rigg, bump set. Phelps to the net it comes. She just tips it across to the net. Dug out of the net by Olivia Frazier, and it's going to be a point finally to the Illini West Chargers. They'll lead 8-5 after all that. Still back serving is number 12, Elsie Moore. She came up with a dig there. The attack by, I do believe that's number 2, Artman over there. Numbers are not very big. There's the attack and a hitting error by Housewright. And a side out to the Suns. 8-6 is the score. That actually might be number 8, Ava Shutwell. Phelps on the attack, a little long, a side out on the hitting error. It's 9-6. Subs coming in. Coming in for Illini West, number 3 is Natalie Wibble. And that's going to be a kill for Morgan Wilcox. Side out to the Suns. Back to serve is going to be number 1, Kylie Putnam. That's a kill for number 6, Grace Gochi, the sophomore middle hitter. And it's a side out. 10-7 is the score. And a passing error for the Suns results in another point. Hitting error out by Wilcox. That is Artman back there serving. It's 12-7. Chargers leading the Suns here in set number 1. Tegan Riggs struggles with the serve receive. It's an ace for Artman and a timeout for the Suns. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Welcome back to Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. It's 13-7. Chargers with the lead. Artman's serve is dug by Smith. It's an overpass, but it falls in front of Natalie Wibble, and it's a side out finally for the Suns. 13-8 now the score. Taylor Phelps back to serve for Southeastern. Off the net, a good job digging that out. Van Beck digs it up. Wilcox out to Rigg. Nice dig in the back row there. Can't see the number. It's going to be Robinson on the attack. Rigg. Outside. And a hitting error. I believe that was number 6, Gochi. On a hitting error. Phelps with the point. It's 13-9. And off the block of Wilcox and down the kill for Elsie Moore. And a side out for the Chargers. Going back to serve is going to be number 1, Olivia Frazier, a freshman defensive specialist and setter. More passing problems, and it's 15-9. Rigg, Van Beck, middle to Wilcox, tipped across. Going down to get an arm on it was Gochi, but nothing doing after that. It's side out. And coming back to serve for the Suns, number 15, Morgan Wilcox, the freshman middle blocker for the Suns. Riley Smith is back in the front row. Double hit called on Putnam, and a side out back to the Chargers. Checking in for the Chargers is going to be number 2, Kennedy Artman. She'll go back to serve. Phelps to Van Beck, middle to Rigg, left side. It's dug over there by Frazier. Now it's an attack by Housewright. Now it's going to be Rigg, blocked but out of bounds. Rigg hit it off Pendle, and it's a side out back to the Suns. They trail 16-11 to Illini West here in set number 1 of the JV contest. Of course, the anticipated varsity contest coming up. Illini West coming to town. They lost to Southeastern in the final match of the Lady Suns Classic in a 3-set match. Tipped down by Housewright, and a kill for Illini West. It's 17-11. And going back to serve is going to be the libero, number 99, the sophomore, Corin Robinson. Rigg from the right side this time. More trouble. Oh, Robinson, what a job to get to that. It's sent across by Housewright. Outside to Rigg. She pushes this one down the left line this time. Robinson a bump set. Hit across by Pendle. Overpass. And Housewright went up for it and brought it too far down the line. Landed on her side. It's going to be a side out. And Rigg will go back to serve again with her team down by 5, 17-12. Middle. And that is number 8, Ava Shutwell, the freshman, with the kill. And a side out. (18-12). Housewright on the attack, off the block, dug up by Wilcox. Van Beck goes to Taylor Phelps. Now it's dug up in the back row by Pendle. It's going to be pushed across by the Chargers. Phelps with the attack, down the line, and Housewright got to it, couldn't do anything with it. Side out, back to the Suns. They trail by 5. Riley Smith coming back to serve for Southeastern. Back set, Housewright with the kill on the back set from Artman. And it's a 6-point advantage again, 19-13. Housewright serve, drops quickly, and Phelps went down and got it. Putnam hit it out of safety purposes. Housewright back to serve again. Checking into the game, number 6, Gochi. Van Beck, Wilcox going to send a free ball across, leaves it short. And come to get it as Pendle. It's hit across and in. Shutwell, I believe, on the attack. Another point. Housewright serves it up. Putnam. Dug by Housewright. Middle it goes to Shutwell, and another kill for Ava Shutwell. It's 22-13. Subs coming in. Shutwell goes out. Coming in looks like number 13 is Tori Reynolds. Wilcox deep and out on the hitting error. 23-13. Chargers with the lead. Now coming in, it's going to be number 17, Madison Bow. Phelps tried to get out of the way at the last second, couldn't do it. Hits off the backboard out of bounds, an ace, and it's 24-13, set point for the Chargers here in set number 1. It's been a quick one. Rigg has it to Van Beck. Outside to Rigg. She's going to hit it across. Reynolds is there. Bump set. Down the net it comes on the attack by Bow. And it's a hitting error, and it's 24-14. Back to serve is Kylie Putnam. Housewright. Out to Bow again. Gets it across this time. Putnam's there. Van Beck. Out to Phelps. Phelps hits it in and down, a kill for Taylor Phelps, and it's 24-15. Bumped across by Rigg, tipped across, and it's going to go down. That was a tip kill for Olivia Frazier, and that's set point 25-14, or 25-15, excuse me, for set number 1 in the JV contest. And the Chargers get a 25-15 win. We'll take a break and be back in a few minutes on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told them about the staff of MDH, they're all good. You get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back to Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. JV action. As you can see, the Chargers get a set 1 win, 25-15 over Southeastern, so we'll mark that down. And we'll get ready to go. The new video scoreboard is up and working here at Southeastern High School. It is senior night. Abigail Schaefer, Riley Van Fleet. And Zoe Griswold, all seniors on this Southeastern squad. We'll talk about them a little bit later. Set number 2 headed to the court now. We are underway, set 2. Dug by Van Beck. Rigg. A one-arm dig, a good one. It went to the net, but couldn't do anything with it. Unfortunately for the Chargers, that was number 17, Madison Bowe. And a side out and a point for the Suns. Wilcox back to serve. It's deep and in, an ace for Morgan Wilcox. And for the first time tonight, the Suns lead by 2. 2-0 here in set number 2. Wilcox, Robinson, bumped across by Moore. Now Rigg dug up, pushed across over there by Artman. Artman with the dig, middle it goes, and a kill for Elsie Moore. Side out to the Chargers. Artman goes back to serve now for Illini West. House right into the front row. She's in the front row with Elsie Moore. Middle. That's actually number 15, Anna Jacob. And she gets the kill. 2-2. These numbers on this fresh soft jerseys are really hard. Maybe just haven't seen them enough might be the problem, but I'm struggling on the Illini West numbers. The back numbers aren't even very big. House right bumps it across. Van Beck. Middle goes to Riley Smith. Blocked down. And they're going to get it across. That was a big block by Anna Jacob. Out to House right. Tipped down the line. Putnam got an arm on it. Couldn't do anything with it. A kill. For number 4, Lainey Housewright, the sophomore outside hitter, gets the kill, and it's 3-2. 3-2 here in set number 2. The Suns have rolled off 3 straight. Phelps with it, overpass, dropped down by Jacob. Jacob sets it up. Middle back to Jacob, and she's going to get another kill. Go get that. Oh, it rolled back, never mind. Holden is up here with me. I said, go get that ball, but it rolled its way back out on its own. He didn't have to get up and go get it. Artman back to serve again. It's 4-2. And an ace as Taylor Phelps continues to struggle with serve receive. Artman still serving. She's served 4 straight now. Putnam tipped across by Van Beck. Middle set. Jacob kill. 6-2, 5 straight for Artman. Thanks for joining us tonight, live from Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. Hop in and tell us where you're watching from. The live chat is open. Putnam. Wilcox. Riley Smith sends it across. Jacob is there. It goes into the net. Dug out by Frazier. The attack dug back in the back row by Artman. And she's going to send a free ball across. Rigg is there. Van Beck, middle to Smith. Blocked down by Jacob. A kill block for number 15, Anna Jacob, the freshman middle hitter. And it's 7-2, 6 straight for Artman for Illini West. Taylor Phelps the dig. Van Beck now is going to go middle this time to Rigg. It's off the block of Jacob, and it's going to fall. Just took enough off of it by hitting the block, I think. Fell in front of a diving Artman, and it'll be a side out And Jalen Van Beck going back to serve now for Illini West. Checking in for the Chargers, number 13 is Tori Reynolds, the sophomore defensive specialist. And Van Beck throws an ace in front of Robinson, the libero. Kind of had a little curve to it, though. It went not very high and curved at the last second, more towards Reynolds. That time it's going to be dug by Housewright. Back set, Jacob. Off the net, dug up by Phelps. Riley Smith. Reynolds is there. Going to be brought back in, and that's not going to get across. It's brought back in by Moore, but they couldn't do anything with it. – 7-5. A hitting error that time by Housewright, and it's down to a 1-point lead. Van Beck to serve. Robinson more struggles with the serve receive. Bumped across by Frazier. Van Beck out to Rigg. Rigg drops it in. Another kill, and we're tied at 7. Tegan Rigg gets the kill. Subs coming in for Illini West. Looks like Artman is going to come back in. And Reynolds will go out. Van Beck back to serve. She's served 3 straight now. Make that 4 straight. Riley Smith gets the kill. And the Suns retake the lead. On 5 straight by Jalen Van Beck. It's 8-7 Suns. Back set, Jacob. Mistimed and misplaced her jump, hits it into the net. It's a hitting error, and it's 9-7. Van Beck has served 6 straight now. Hartman, Frazier, Housewright, off the block, dug by Rigg. Wilcox. Rigg's going to mishit that one, and it's a hitting error and a side out. Back to the Chargers. It's 9-8. And the libero, number 99, Corin Robinson. Back to serve. Van Beck outside Putnam. Dug by Robinson. Bump set by Artman. Oh, that's not Artman, excuse me. I believe that was number 8, Shutwell. Housewright off the block and down. Tied at 9. Robinson back to serve again. Robinson serve. Riley Smith is there. Van Beck back set to Rigg. Pushed across. Robinson gets it. Frazier the bump set. Be a free ball sent across by Artman. Out to Rigg from Van Beck and deep and out. A hitting error, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Chargers, 10-9. Deep serve. Phelps is there. Putnam on the attack. Dug up by Frazier. Robinson. Housewright. Phelps with the dig. Outside Rigg from Van Beck. She tips it down. Dug up by Frazier. Robinson bump set. And not able to get it across was Elsie Moore. Side out to the Suns, and we're tied at 10. Rigg. Artman. Bump set. Housewright. Pushes it across. Phelps goes to get it. Van Beck right back to Phelps it goes. She goes dug by Robinson. Frazier sets to Housewright on the left side, and she gets the kill. Side out back to the Chargers. As the scoreboard hadn't caught up, folks, I apologize. It's 11-10. And back to serve is going to be number 12, Elsie Moore. Rigg. Phelps sends a free ball across. Moore goes to get it. And I don't think they're going to get it across. They are not. And it's a side out. 11-11 here In set number 2, it was 25-15. Chargers with a set 1 win. A side out. Coming into the game is number 3, Natalie Wibble for the Illini West. Back to serves Riley Smith for the Suns, and she serves it deep and out. A service error, and it's 12-11 on the side out. Housewright back to serve. Landy Housewright is a sophomore outside here, plays left for the Chargers. Boy, that had all kinds of float and swerve on it. Went off of Taylor Phelps' arms, and it's 13-11. Deep. Rigg goes to get it. An overpass? No, it wasn't an overpass. I thought it was going to be. Van Beck thought it was going to be. It was not. It ends up being an ace, and Housewright opens the lead up to 14-11. Rigg. An overpass. Pushed back across. And it's 15-11. And a timeout going to be called by the Suns. Down by 4 here in set number 2. We'll tell you this game is being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games. Located at 324 West Jackson Street between Erico and Taco Bell. Rigg's going to get it to Wilcox. She sends a free ball across. And then some communications on another issues on a free ball. And another point for Housewright and the Chargers. 16-11. An ace for Housewright. It's 17-11. Neither team has had a whole lot of success, oddly enough, even though it's a 17-11 lead. Neither team's had a whole lot of success with serve receive. I would imagine after tonight, this fresh soft game, both coaches would like to see a little better serve receive. There's a big block by Wilcox. Wilcox gets the block. Putnam comes back to serve after the side out. On the hit was Phelps, dug by Housewright. Now it comes to Gochi. Tipped across by Phelps, dug up by Frazier, but nobody else can do anything with it. Phelps gets credit for the kill, and it's 17-13. Putnam back to serve with their team trailing by 4 now. Housewright, a little trouble with that serve receive. Like I said, that's been an ongoing issue for both teams, and it continues here. It's back to a 3-point lead now as the lead starts to dwindle. Illini West opens up a lead. The Suns come right back and get it back. Gochi sends it across to Van Beck to Phelps. Dug up by Housewright. And Gochi hits it deep and hitting air, and it's 17-15. On the attack was number 8, Shutwell. Tipped across. Gochi has it. It's an overpass. Riley Smith to Wilcox on a bump set. Housewright and Wibble, a little communication issue, and it's a point. Again, it's a 1-point game as Putnam is served up. Artman comes in for Gochi now. Back set, tipped across. Frazier gets the kill. Side out, 18-16. Robinson goes out. Jacob comes back in. Shutwell back to serve. And she's going to serve it into the net. A service error. 18-17. Taylor Phelps going back to serve now. Jacob sends that one long and out. We're tied at 18. Senior activities coming up shortly after this one, I do believe. And they got the stuff down there, but this one may go 3. The Suns, the JV squad, has something to say about it, but Jacob gets the kill, gives her team the lead back at 19-18. And Frazier will go back to serve now. Coming in for the Chargers is Hannah Pendle, sophomore right side hitter. Deep serve. Rigg is there. Van Beck. Bump set to Wilcox. Tipped across. Artman goes to get it. And can't get it across. Nobody can do anything with it. It's a side out. We're tied at 19. Wilcox back to serve. Tipped. Rigg. Back to Rigg from Van Beck. Hitting air. It's a side out, 20-19. Illini West with the lead again. Back to serve is Artman. Phelps, Van Beck, Smith, dug in the back row by Artman, I believe. House right on the attack, dug by Putnam. Van Beck out to Rigg. Tipped, back over. Van Beck with a dig, pushed across by Putnam. Artman is there. Frazier sets middle to Jacob, and she's going to get the kill. Anna Jacob, the freshman middle, gets the kill, and it's 21-19, a 2-point lead for the Chargers. Phelps. House right, deep and out to hitting air. It's 21-20. Van Beck coming back to serve. She rolled off about 6 straight earlier. Her team trails by 1 now, 21-20. And she gets things started with an ace and knots it at 21. Robinson went down to get that. Trouble. Frazier can't get it across, and the Suns lead by 1, 22-21. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Welcome back to Southeastern High School, 22-21. Set number 2, the Suns dropped set 1, 25-15, have played much better here in set 2. As I do apologize, my allergies have really kicked up the last couple days. Van Beck back to serve. Artman passed into the net. It's going to be put across by Housewright. Onto the net, it falls over. Van Beck to Rigg. Blocked down by Jacob. And we're tied at 22. Wilcox, Rigg can't do anything with it. 23-22. And a timeout charge to the Suns. Game B brought to you by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And McDonough Telephone Cooperative, the Suns game stream, can be seen by using McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough and Hancock County areas. Call 309-776-3211 to check out your availability. Deep serve by Robinson with her team up by 1. Putnam with the attack. It's Doug. Frazier outside to Housewright. Housewright dug by Phelps. Van Beck a bump set. Rigg on the attack. Frazier's there. They're out of system. Robinson bump set to Housewright. Dug by Rigg again. Van Beck now tips it across. Frazier comes in to get that one as well. Robinson back to Housewright again. This time it's Wilcox. Outside to Rigg. Dug by Artman. Middle it goes. Shutwell can't get it across. And it will be a side out, and we'll be tied at 23. Illini West has 1 timeout. Southeastern, I do not believe, has any more timeouts here for this one. And it is 23-23. Rigg with the serve. Pushed across by Shutwell. It's going to be a free ball by Wilcox. Artman's there. Frazier out to Housewright. Tipped down and in. Laney Housewright gets another kill, and it's a match point for Hannah Pendle and the Illini West Chargers. 24-23 here in set number 2. Phelps, Van Beck, back to Phelps, pushes it across. Pendle comes to get it. Frazier out to Housewright. Housewright off the net and down, and that's how this one's going to end. Laney Housewright gets the kill, and it's 25-23. And we'll stay here for, I believe, the senior night activities. So we will do senior night activities. So we'll stay here and bring you those. We'll take a quick break, though, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, with the senior night activities.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back to Southeastern High School. As you can see, 25-23 in the second set. The Chargers get a 25-15, 25-23 win over the Southeastern Suns in the Fresh Soft contest. We're getting ready for senior night activities. We like to have them on the varsity game, but the problem with it is they're going to go pretty quick, and then we'd have about 30 minutes of time to fill and or blank space that you'd just be watching. So we didn't want to do that to you. So we'll keep it here, and here we go. One of the cool things is they honor the opposing team seniors as well. Coach Kerr, always the comedian. Josie Bryant came up to get her flower, and he just tossed it on the ground in front of her. Of course, he picked it up, but he is really pretty close with a lot of these teams and players from other teams. Here's the Southeastern team. So you'll hear us turn the music down here as we'll get a violation if we don't. So they are playing music in the background. So that's why it's turned down. We'll turn it back up when I get ready to talk again. So we'll tell you a little bit more about what the seniors had to say when we start the senior night broadcast. So we'll take our break now, and we'll be back in just a little bit with the varsity contest. Make sure you join that stream a little bit later. Two of the best in West Central Illinois. Well, the heck with that. Two of the best in the state of Illinois. Going to do battle here in small school volleyball once again as the Southeastern Suns play host to the Illini West Chargers. Varsity stream will be up in just a few minutes.